bolt is. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be replacing the upper control arms on this 2011 Toyota Tundra. Just picked this up the other day. Got it steel on this truck. It's 2011, has 311,000 miles, but it's in really great shape, as you can tell. And it got some brand new tires. Got it cheap only because they had supposedly had a transmission issue. Had a couple of check engine light codes for shifting codes, but replaced a $30 sensor on this transmission and fixed the issue. So, but yeah, 4x4 works. Interior, like I said, is in really great shape. Body's in great shape. Four-wheel drive works. Got some really good tires, brand new tires, and I do want to make another video on getting these wheels repaired. These BBSs have seen better days. These are peeling and just, yeah, these look nasty. Now, like I said, we are replacing the upper control arms due to the fact that I'm getting some vibration going down the road, and I can feel like there's a lot of slop in the steering wheel. I jacked this up the other day and kind of just moved the wheel back and forth, and I could definitely tell that the upper control arms have a lot of play, especially the rear bushings. They look like they're shot. So I went ahead and ordered some the other day from Amazon. Just came in. These red tubular control arms here with nylon bushings. Now, if you ever replace any control arms or anything suspension wise with nylon, you definitely want to make sure these are greased up really well, because these will make a tremendous noise, a lot of noise eventually if you don't keep these greased. So, but these should last longer than the rubber bushings. But yeah, let's get this thing up in the air, get the wheels off, and see what it's going to take to get that control arms off. It shouldn't be too hard. Should be pretty easy. Alright, got the wheel off, and take a look at the control arm here. This is going to be a 19mm. This one back here is going to be a 22mm. I don't have a 22mm on me, but I'm going to use a 7/8 wrench to break this loose, and we'll use another 7/8 to hold the bolt here. This bolt head, this bolt goes all the way through to this side, so we need to remove this nut, and then we'll slide the bolt this way into the cab back here. Should have enough room. First, let's get some lube these up really quick. A lube our friend. Got our nut off the back. Now we can slide the bolt freely. Luckily for us here, we don't have any rust. We do have this nut loose here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a hammer to break the knuckle loose from the up control arm here. So we're gonna just make sure we take the nut off all the way, and then we'll just simply just put this nut back on, a couple threads, kind of keep the control arm from hitting us back in the face here. So, free. Separate the control arm here, and slide our bolt. We need to sneak it past all this hardware here. We're going to try to keep our washer close to the control arm so we can sneak our bolt head. Well, alright, so with the control arm out, look at that bushing. Look how worn out, how much play is in that bushing there. So yeah, that was definitely our issue there. Look at all that play. So these have definitely seen better days. So good thing we replaced these while we did. Ball joint's worn out as well. Got a lot of play in there. So with the new one, and we'll grease it up and put it all back together. New control arms do come with these grease fittings here that you need to put on, so you can service these and grease them. You don't want to over grease these, but you want to definitely make sure it's got some in there. Our cotter pan. Alright guys, got everything all buttoned up and tightened up. Time to put the wheel back on and go on to the driver's side. I will show you something that helped me get the bolt through here. Is we need to go underneath the hood and loosen the clamp up underneath that. Will give you some more room to get that bolt through a little easier. So on the passenger side here, if you loosen up the clamp that holds this line here, just loosen it from here, get it out of that fitting, and it'll give you some more room, give you some more slack on this hose here, so you can get the bolt through there, because if not, you're going to be fighting it the whole time. What's going on, guys? Long breaker bar here today, so I'm using 2 wrenches. Trying to break this loose. Super tight. Here, let me slide this. Move these harness out the way, and we'll just slide our bolt. We want to keep the washer close to the control arm. You don't want the washer to slide back with the bolt head, because that's just going to get in your way and make it harder to get that bolt to slide out. So we're just going to, as we slide the bolt back, we'll slide the washer back down, keep sliding the bolt back. Slide this control arm out of there. How long that bolt is. It's crazy. And this side is just as bad. Alright, the driver's side control arm is in just as bad a shape as the passenger side, obviously. Worn out. Go ahead and get our new one. Put the new grease fittings in the back and grease it up. And then, yeah, slap this back in there and reverse our steps and go take it for a test drive. Alright, so I've been out driving around for a little bit, and guys, truck feels completely different. Just feels so much more firmer in the steering wheel. I mean, the feedback in the steering, it feels so much better. There's not any slop in the steering. There's no vibration in the steering wheel. Those control arms definitely needed to be replaced. It feels like a completely different truck now. I'm probably gonna have to go get an alignment done for sure, or at least get the alignment checked out to make sure that all the angles are correct, since the steering was way off. At least the suspension was so worn out. I want to make sure I don't wear out these tires a lot faster than it should, and I want to make sure all the suspension alignments are correct. But already, guys, look at the miles on this truck. 311, 600 miles. Only light on the dash is the maintenance light, which is probably making the oil change then. But wow, for $2,000, what a steal! What a steal, guys. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Like I said, I'm gonna do probably a little mini series build on this truck and just start fixing this thing up little by little over time, and just, you know, get things looking even better than what it does look now. Like probably change the grill out, maybe get different bumpers, different side steps, different radio, and then eventually see, you know, how much money I can get for this thing and trade it in, and maybe go for something bigger and better. So I don't know, we'll see what kind of profit I can make off this truck, but or I may just keep it, who knows. But yeah, please like, please subscribe, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one.